Rangers are closing in on what could be one of the most significant moves of their summer transfer window, with negotiations reportedly progressing well for a high-profile striker that has been turning heads across Europe. The forward, whose name continues to stir speculation among fans, is said to be a priority target for Russell Martin as the new boss looks to stamp his identity on the squad ahead of the upcoming campaign. It's a bold move that signals real ambition from the Ibrox side, and should it go through, it could be one of those deals that defines not just a season, but an entire new era. What makes this potential signing even more exciting for the fans is the profile of the player in question. Known for his sharp eye for goal and impressive consistency, this is someone who doesn't just pop up with the odd goal. He leads attacks, makes things happen in the final third, and has the kind of presence that gives defenders nightmares. His performances have drawn admiration not just from scouts, but from seasoned observers of the European game, and Rangers seem determined to act swiftly before the window becomes a frenzy. Russell Martin has been quick to assess the squad he's inherited, and the message is already clear. He wants more firepower, more unpredictability, and more bite in the attack. While the club hasn't confirmed the name, widespread reports suggest that the Croatian forward Matija Frigan is firmly on their radar. The 22-year-old is fresh off an eye-catching season in Belgium with Westerlo, where he found the net 14 times in 41 appearances across all competitions. That kind of return for someone still so young is no fluke. It speaks to a player growing into his potential and hungry for more. Frigan's journey so far has been a fascinating one. After coming through the ranks at Rijeka in his native Croatia, he made a name for himself with a breakout campaign that saw him bag 15 goals and earn a first call-up to the senior national team and the build-up to the Euro qualifiers. While he didn't make it onto the pitch, just being in the squad at that level was a clear sign of how highly he's rated back home. It's also worth noting that he's not just a central striker. Frigan has shown a real knack for drifting out wide, particularly to the right, and using his cultured left foot to cut inside and cause havoc. That versatility is something Martin will no doubt appreciate as he looks to reshape Rangers' attacking options. But it's not just his statistics that impress. There's an element of flair and audacity to his game that captures the imagination. One goal in particular, where he slalomed past 4 defenders inside the box before rifling home with his weaker foot, had Croatian media drawing comparisons to none other than Lionel Messi. It's the kind of moment that gets fans off. There are seats and sparks of buzz around the player. And with German side Hamburg also said to be circling along with a club from Spain's La Liga, it's clear that Rangers will have to move decisively if they want to win the race. The deal won't come cheap either. Westerlo paid around £4.5 million to secure his services in 2023, and with 3 years left on his contract, they are under no pressure to sell. But Rangers, under new leadership and looking to back their manager with meaningful reinforcements, are reportedly ready to test the waters. It's a statement of intent that won't have gone unnoticed by the rest of the Scottish Premiership, especially considering the club's ambitions to make a real impact in European qualifiers later this summer. And Frigan isn't the only name on the radar. The Ibrox side are also believed to be tracking Peterborough winger Kwan Poku, a dynamic right-sided attacker who delivered 20 goal contributions last season. 12 goals and 8 assists in just 27 League One appearances. That kind of productivity has inevitably attracted interest, with Birmingham City and several French and German sides also said to be monitoring his situation closely. The Ghanaian international, who is known for his pace, direct running, and creative spark, has already made a name for himself as a big-game player, helping his side retain the EFL trophy with a win over Birmingham at Wembley. Poku is out of contract this summer, and while Peterborough will be due a tribunal fee, they've already confirmed that the player won't be signing a new deal. That opens the door for clubs like Rangers to make their move, and with the right flank being an area that needs attention, especially with Václav Černy's return to Wolfsburg after a loan spell, the 23-year-old could be a smart and relatively affordable piece of business. It's clear that the new regime at Ibrox is wasting no time in identifying the type of players they want to bring in, with Kevin Thelwell now in place as sporting director and Russell Martin beginning to put his mark on recruitment. The early signs suggest a focus on younger, technically gifted players with room to grow and with resale value in mind. Martin himself said last week that he expected one or two faces to arrive before the Champions League qualifiers in mid-July, and it now looks like those words are starting to take shape in the form of concrete moves. Behind the scenes, the huge new leadership team, including technical director Dan Purdy, is believed to be working closely with Martin to ensure the summer rebuild is aligned with a long-term vision. That could mean a bit of patience early on, but it also points to a more strategic approach, avoiding panic buys, and instead targeting individuals who genuinely fit the style and direction the new manager wants to implement. Another name, reportedly, under consideration is Leicester City defender Connor Cody. The experienced centre-back has 1 year left on his current deal, and while nothing has been confirmed, RFC News has reported that a potential deal is being explored. Cody would bring leadership experience and a vocal presence to a Rangers backline that at times last season lacked cohesion and authority. Whether that interest materializes into a formal offer remains to be seen, but it's another example of the type of profile being looked at. Players who can contribute immediately, but also help guide younger talents. All this movement suggests a clear strategy blend emerging stars with proven leaders and build a team that can not only challenge domestically, but also grow into a competitive force in Europe. That might sound ambitious, but for a club the size of Rangers, it's the only direction that makes sense. After a season of transition, and with fresh faces now steering the ship, there's a sense of renewed energy and purpose around Ibrox. Fans will be watching closely as the first deals are confirmed, hoping that these early moves are just the beginning of something much bigger. So as the summer window picks up momentum, all eyes remain firmly on Russell Martin and the team. Behind the scenes, the pieces are starting to fall into place, and if the names being linked are anything to go by, Rangers supporters could be in for a thrilling few months ahead. With the energy around Ibrox building by the day, there's a real feeling that the upcoming season could mark a turning point. The club isn't just talking about change, it's acting on it. And the players being linked are not just ones to fill out the squad. They're players with flair, with ambition, and with the kind of hunger that's needed to lead the club into a new chapter. Kwame Poku in particular represents that idea perfectly. Still just 23 years old, he's already shown maturity. Beyond his years regularly stepping up in big moments for Peterborough and becoming one of the standout performers in League One, his ability to operate on the right side, despite being left-footed, gives him that extra edge in attacking scenarios, constantly forcing defenders to second-guess his next move. The fact that he's already on the radar of clubs in both the Championship and abroad speaks volumes about his potential. But what could give Rangers the edge in the race is opportunity. The chance to play in Europe, to fight for silverware, and to become a key player in a team that's being rebuilt from the ground up. That kind of platform is exactly what many ambitious young players are looking for. And under a manager like Russell Martin, who's known for developing talent and encouraging an attacking style of play, Ibrox could be the ideal place for someone like Poku to flourish. Meanwhile, the possibility of bringing in someone like Connor Cody would add balance to the recruitment strategy. At 32, he's been around the block. He's captained teams played at the highest level and understands what it takes to manage pressure, something not every player can handle at a club the size of Rangers. Adding that sort of experience to the dressing room, especially during a transitional period, could be invaluable. It's one thing to have young, exciting players ready to run through walls. It's another to have seasoned leaders who can guide them through the tougher moments and keep standards high. If a deal for Cody does come off, it would be more than just a signing. It would be a message that this rebuild has layers, that it's about both now and the future. There's also the international element that adds spice to this summer's plans. Players like Freegan and Poku bring with them a certain global flavor. They've come through different systems, experienced varied styles of play, and carry with them a wider understanding of the game. That's something that can only help Rangers as they look to compete on multiple fronts. Domestic trophies are always the expectation, but the desire to make a proper impact in Europe is never far away. And to do that, you need more than just talent. You need variety, unpredictability, and a squad that can adapt to the different challenges that continental football throws at you. As the days go by and the window officially opens, fans are already trying to piece together what Martin's Rangers will look like. Will it be a high-pressing, possession-based side? Will it be built on pace and directness? Or will we see something more balanced, blending control with bursts of explosive play in the final third? judging by the profiles of the players being linked. Creative technically sound versatile. It's clear that Martin has a very specific vision in mind. And with the backing of a new sporting director and technical team, he appears to have the freedom to go and build it. Of course, patience will be required. No team transforms overnight, especially not one that's going through such structural changes. But the signs are promising. The approach seems thoughtful, the targets well scouted, and the ambition unmistakable. It's not just about plugging gaps. It's about building a team that can sustain success, adapt to different competitions, and reflect the identity of a modern football club. And that's what makes this summer so crucial. Every signing, every negotiation, every move behind the scenes has the potential to shape the next few years. Rangers have always been a club of tradition, of pride, and of expectation. But this new era under fresh leadership and with a new manager at the helm feels like it's about evolution, about moving forward while respecting the past. The fan base, passionate and demanding as ever, will be watching every development closely. They've seen enough false dawns over the years to know that talk is cheap. What they want now is action, quality, and results. And from what we're seeing so far, it looks like those in charge understand that perfectly. The names being pursued, the strategy behind the scenes, the urgency in making early moves. It all points towards a club that's determined not just to compete, but to lead. As the rebuild continues and the deals begin to drop, Rangers supporters can be encouraged by the direction things are heading. Whether it's Mattia Freegan leading the line, Kwame Poku tearing down the flanks, or Connor Cody organizing from the back, these are the kinds of moves that could make the difference when the games start coming thick and fast. Because in football, it's not just about having a plan, it's about executing it. And right now, all signs suggest Rangers are ready to do exactly that. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Whispers are swirling around Glasgow this week, and they're loud enough to rattle the walls of Ibrox and Parkhead alike. In a move that would send shockwaves through the Scottish footballing scene, sources close to the matter suggest that Liam Scales, the Celtic centre-half, could be on his way across the city to join bitter rivals Rangers. While nothing has been confirmed officially, reports are bubbling up, hinting that Rangers are close to announcing the signing of another defender. And all eyes are on Scales. The Irishman, who made his mark at Celtic after returning from a loan spell at Aberdeen, has impressed with his composure, physicality, and ability to read the game. Yet, it appears his chapter in the green and white hoops may be coming to a dramatic end. Rangers, under fresh strategic direction and with clear intent to bolster their backline, seem to be scouring the market for experienced domestic talent. Scales, at 25, fits the bill. Proven in the Premiership, versatile in defense, and most intriguingly, a player who knows the terrain of old firm battles all too well. What makes this development particularly spicy is the rarity of direct movement between the two Glasgow giants. Such transfers are not just about football. They touch the nerve of history, identity, and fierce rivalry. Should this rumor prove true, Scales would be walking a treacherous tightrope, swapping green for blue in one of the most emotionally charged footballing cities on the planet. Naturally, both camps are remaining tight-lipped. Celtic have yet to comment, and Rangers are keeping their cards close to the chest. Still, murmurs persist. Some insiders claim the deal is all but done, with only formalities standing in the way. Others urge caution, suggesting this could be no more than smoke. Without fire, a rumor designed to unsettle or distract. But in Scottish football, smoke often means something smoldering. And if this bold move comes to pass, expect fireworks on and off the pitch when Liam Scales lines up in blue rather than green. Until then, the city waits, split, suspicious, and bracing for what could be one of the most controversial signings in recent memory. Greetings, fans! Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned!